Hello there, how's your day? Ame Gakita. But I think I do want to use my 3D model, but oh well, let's just say that for today I'm just gonna use my 2D model. Okay, first thing first, I have to apologize that I was supposed to start technically 2 hours early, then after that kind of like push it to 9 o'clock. So the main reason was that earlier my family and I was celebrating a birthday, kind of like 1 week in advance, my housemate birthday, and because my sister will be busy next week, so we kind of like took a little bit of surprise moment and celebrating an early birthday with for my housemate along, and it was a very good moment, especially like a moment of giving her the surprise in a way. She wasn't expecting it, and to be honest, I wasn't aware to doing the celebration today, so yeah, she actually got surprised. She was talking to her, I think Lily was talking to her dad, and she was actually so happily that she actually cried in front of us, like in a moment. I mean, like most of the time in Singapore, when anyone like hire a domestic helper, most of the time it's kind of like a moment of like they don't celebrate at all. Or I mean, like it's always that impression in Singapore. So for us, it's like we always celebrate birthday. If it's someone who we don't like, then we'll say no. But other than that, she has been very helpful on helping us. Even when I'm recovering the moment, all these things, she has been taking good care of me. So it's really like we decided to just say that, hey, let's just celebrate. It is a one special day to celebrate. So earlier we were celebrating. We went out to buy delicious food. We buy a cake to celebrate. So it was a very, very good moment. But at the very end of the thing, she was so happy to the point that she keep crying over it. And while we don't really like to do whatever, it's kind of like we just make fun of my sister for giving the surprise in a way. So at the end of the day, it is considered a good thing. I mean, like a good celebration to give people a happy moment, and it is something that I feel like at the very least it is something to celebrate in a good way. So at the end of the day, it's like we don't need to think too much. I mean, like she take care of us, obviously, even though we give her the wages to help us, but at the very least the way she's been doing and taking care of us in so many ways that we feel like we do want to celebrate in a good way. And the surprise was actually a success. So in a good way, it's so good to the point that when she informed her family, her parents want to thank us, saying thank you, as well as that even her own brother was very happy. So even though it's a 1 week in advance, we still celebrating in a good faith, in a good way, all these things. It's really kind of like it really does prove one point of my end, is that I keep saying, don't be a nuisance, don't be an annoying person, always do things in good faith, with good intention, and we always tend to have good moments like this. So it's really kind of like does prove one thing, especially more so earlier. I think in case anyone are not aware of this, I did upload one video, don't be a nuisance streamer. It's kind of like funny, just to showcase this a bit. It's really kind of like interesting in a way. Is that especially like if just to show up a bit. So the thing is, right, I did upload a video called "Don't Be a Nuisance Streamer" random chat 513, and I actually say it in this way is that, go and take your time, don't need to worry. It's really kind of like proof that a lot of people who do things in bad faith, they are like, I didn't really say it in the video, but I actually say it in the way that if they do deserve that karma, if they do deserve to get those kind of bad karma in a way, it really does prove that, hey, it's really important to know that if you do things with bad intention, then obviously you're gonna end up you're gonna get bad karma. So for us earlier is like we celebrating, we is with good intention, we is to do it in a good way, and at least giving people a happy moment, and that at least prove everything. So it's really kind of interesting, especially also like even thought in every moment that I can't get angry, all these things. Like it's really one of the things that a lot of people need to understand, that doing things right with good intention, with good whatsoever, in case people are wondering, it's always need to take note that things always need to be done in good faith, in good intention, and not like those kind of people where they think that, hey, we're just going to do this, or we're going to just do all the rubbish thing along the line. Even if people like with like for some reason like it along the line, it's kind of like crazy in my point of view. But then again, we can't really go around and say that, hey, is it a good thing or is it a bad thing along the line. It's just that if people decide to do all the bad stuff along the line, then obviously we're just gonna go around and say that, hey, people are deserving of a bong in the head with a tree in the backhand. So it really does prove like it's really kind of like proof like a lot of things is just basically people just tend to do things without good faith, with good intention in mind, and I think that's really proof a lot of in my point of view, it's kind of like bad in a way, like giving people a happy moment, a fun moment, and with all side kind of like, it's considered, in my point of view, it's a good win-win situation. It's not like a moment of like, hey, you do this bad, people suffer, and then some people just happier because of the other people suffering along the line. It's kind of like, wow. If the one that is suffering is kind of like a bad person, then I have nothing to say. But often more than not, it's like, even on the video that I did, like the nuisance streamer one, it's just kind of like proof that there are some people who just for some reason wanting to do things with bad intention, with bad stuff along the line, and can't really say is it a good thing or is it a bad thing. It just basically proves that some people just want to do crazy stuff, even if I hate it or whatsoever. It's just that nothing can, like really nothing can say too much on it in a way though. Like even I myself like prefer not to say too much. Like the more I say, the more you will get into that situation, and even if I hate it, it's kind of like it just seems to me that a lot of situations is better just stay away and not think too much. Okay. It just basically like it just seems to me, right? Even like today the video random chat I upload was just basically that don't be a nuisance streamer, or maybe people do like, it's actually more towards like in my point of view, right, it's actually more towards like don't be a person who doing crazy stuff to make other people feel bad, or having like a moment of like regret or trauma, all these things. It's kind of like a moment of like doing things in good way, and then people living happily. I think at least that's at least the most important thing there. But it's still kind of sad that sometimes some people end up doing crazy stuff. Like even if I hate it or whatever, it's just that people want to do all the best stuff. I can't say is it like, did they end up doing with good intention, or is it with like just purposely they just want to end up doing it along the line? It's crazy along the line, but well, I can't really say is it a good thing or bad thing. It's kind of like crazy in a way, even for me though. So even I myself can't really say is it a good thing or is it a bad thing. It's actually more towards like people want to end up doing it. It's just crazy, at least in my point of view though. I also haven't put on next week's schedule yet. There is a next week's schedule that I need to set the timing well. Monday to Fridays, oh, gaming, kinda I wonder, because Wednesday I believe is Genshin Impact update. Okay, let me show the schedule first. Like so far, I was also doing this earlier. No, press the wrong one. This one. I was checking the schedule. Again, like Sunday is always the chatting stream, but it's just Saturday. I'm not sure though. because the thing is, there is the Xenozone Zero stuff that probably are going to do it on Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday is like, at least my intention is like Xenozone Zero. Then after that, Wednesday probably 2-3 days probably just Genshin. And I was wondering, like, should I put Saturday as gaming or should I put it as resting though? Like yesterday, right? Like yesterday, I know I was resting, but you guys have to understand one thing is that I was resting the whole damn day. And when I say I'm resting the whole damn day, right, it's me really legit sleeping on my bed, not able to wake up. Like I did kind of wake up to eat breakfast, but after that, once I finished breakfast, right, I just immediately lie on my bed and not think of anything. It's like legit, no one was able to wake me up. And I woke up around night time, eat dinner, and then go and sleep again though. So yesterday I was sleeping the whole damn day, especially like also it's like Monday to Friday was gaming. I believe it was chatting, then 4 days gaming along the line, and it's kind of like next week. Like next week is just basically moment of like a moment of like I need to set out the schedule in a way though, so like I have to set it properly, and I just not sure how. Like the thing is, I have to at least set 1 day resting. I mean, like there are some even like top VTuber also give themselves a day or two resting. Other than Fubuki, always tend to like to live streaming along the line. But even so, it's still very important to take at least 1 day resting or whatsoever. Like it's still important regardless. But it's just that gaming wise, I just not sure about my I still, regardless, I still need to take at least 1 day rest. Like I can do dailies, but it's just that the thing is, right, I've been like though I can technically do 5-hour stream, 6-hour stream, it's the only issue on hand is that, well, I did talk about this in the video, is that I still need to rest up whenever I can, however I can, because like if I don't do that, it's actually kind of like a problem in a way though. So like I can't even do things like 5 hours. If I can finish it, if the story is that short that I can do it, I'll already do it. But often more than not, the stream always tend to be like 10 hours, 20 hours. At the very least, Monday and Tuesday is definitely, I think, is high chances Xenozone Zero. Then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is going to be Genshin. I think Saturday resting. I think I'm gonna put Saturday as resting. Wednesday, yeah, that one I smart want to do it in afternoon. I can't do that in afternoon. Timing wise, it has to be our night time. Tomorrow, I think tomorrow I'm gonna set it on afternoon. Tomorrow afternoon, then Tuesday afternoon. Wednesday, because I got afternoon, I need to go for physical therapy. Then Thursday afternoon. Wait, I need to think. Yeah, I kind of like need to think through. Oh no, yeah, I just recall tomorrow afternoon I got stuff. So so Monday night time, Tuesday afternoon. Technically, I should be putting Wednesday as resting though, but because Wednesday is also Genshin Impact update, so I kind of wondering on that end. Thursday, I don't think Thursday I can do it in the afternoon, that's the thing. Definitely nighttime I also can't. Friday. I think I think Thursday after, like Thursday morning. Oh, when is on holiday? Yeah, I think Thursday. I'm gonna say it this way. So, morning 10 a.m. Singapore timing to Thursday. Okay. 11 a.m. Then GMT is 7. No. AM is 2 a.m. Then to EST is 9 p.m. You'll be very tough. Hey, at least you got a boyfriend who cares for you. At least you got your boyfriend caring for you in a good way, right? Is ask your boyfriend caring for you a bit more. Hey, but listen, at least you got a very good boyfriend caring for you though. It doesn't need to be romantic love, Venison. If he can care for you in a good way, like give you a bit of don't say like you must give you love, but sorry that I couldn't get a Ame Mama for you guys. Like as well as I give you guys a papa love moment, I can't give you guys a mama love moment, okay? Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I can't do anything about it. I can't say too. I can't seriously say too much on that end. Okay, it's kind of like you guys understand what it is, that if it's like that, that's the way you go. Okay. What can I do about that? That's the way it seems. Friday. Friday. I think Friday. I think Friday also morning. I need to like rethink about the schedule, because the thing is that on Thursday, yeah, the thing is right, Thursday, I'm not sure whether is it Thursday morning I can do. I know I have to put it 1 hour later. Yeah, something like that, I think. I kind of like have to rethink about the schedule wise next week. You got into a fight about Bronya and Selegiv. It's the Hokai Impact. They never play Hokai Impact Zoom. I feel like some people talking about the City and Bronya situation is kind of like they don't like I feel like in my point of view, okay, it's like they don't play the Impact one though. Yeah, that's the thing. People just love to randomly do those kind of like parry. Not say like is it good, but it's kind of like people just end up doing it in their point of view, thinking that hey, it's the correct way or whatsoever way along the line. Even if it's not good, they just go with it though. That's the thing. That's the issue though. Yeah, I mean like it's kind of like mad and crazy in a way, but it's kind of like some people like it just take it in that point of view, right? It's just that some people always end up thinking that hey, it's like this or like that along the line, and as much as I hate saying is it a good thing or is it a bad thing, it's kind of like a moment of like they just go with their logic, you know what I mean? Until I'll just put title like this, gaming, like I might end up changing it, but I'm just gonna put things easily like that. This one I can just copy paste. Yeah, at least this one look nice enough. Oh, people. I guess okay. This is my guessing. Okay, very sad. You don't need to like take it with like in a bad way. Is that I feel like some people just anyhow pair, regardless of how we think about it. Even if you hate it, I feel like some people just anyhow pair it. You know what I mean? You want to bring out the 3-meter packet? I won't stop you though. I won't stop you. Okay, at least this is the schedule for next week. At least somehow I look at it. Let me save and upload this on. Let me upload the schedule for next week for you guys. At least I can. I'm just gonna put on Discord first. The one on YouTube, all this will take maybe be a bit later on. But I'm just gonna post the schedule on schedule for next week on at least you guys can see it. No, the thing is, right? Okay, listen. The thing is, right? Some people go with their idea, saying that oh, they look good together, they pair up together, and it's just that people pair it, thinking that it is a good thing. It does not mean anything at all. Even if we knew that what is canon, what is not canon along the line, the issue on hand is that people just take it with that intention. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's the thing. I think I'll just post it on Twitter and YouTube as well right now. I just kind of like realized one mistake on my end, but when I recreate a new image, I just forgot one more thing on it. Yes, that's the thing, Benison. Some people, it's the same thing as like some people don't believe in some of the shipping in Genshin or Staryu or even the Zone Zero. You know what I mean, right? Like you know what I mean. Like the thing is, right? They don't care about the canon or not. They just pair it in a way that they think is right. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's the issue. That's the issue, though. Yeah, I know. Don't get me wrong. It's just that their logic is based on their logic. You know what I mean now. The thing is, right? Some people pair with like it's not about like whether is it like logical or not logical. It's actually more towards like people don't like it. They anyhow go with that logic, whether we all like it or not. It's kind of like it's the same thing as like why I always say that hey, if Mihoyo want to go with this pairing, I'm not saying it's bad or whatever. It's that if they have the story in a way to prove it and it's in good intention, then I think it's actually still alright. But the issue on hand is that sometimes people always not thinking in good intention. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's the thing. That's the issue. That's because the intention is going with that logic of like, hey, if they don't like it, that is not the way to go. You know, now you know what I mean. Like why I sometimes when I always say this thing where I don't say that hey you guys must follow my idea or based on what my shipping along the line. It's just that some people always think that whatever they think is correct, whether we all agree or not, it's really one of the things that people need to understand is that it's kind of like they want to cause issue for others, whether we like it or not. And in a good faith or good intention or not, it's kind of like a moment of like, yeah, that's the thing. Some people don't accept it. The issue on hand, right, is some people don't accept it and they think that they are on the right track when in fact they are not. That's the problem. Yeah, I mean, like I think it's more towards I think it's fair, at least in my point of view. Okay, is that some people just want to give a bad information or a bad thing along the line because they could maybe, okay, this is just a maybe moment, that they can't have a love in real life along the line, you know what I mean? Yes, I know. I mean, like, sometimes people giving bad moment. Not saying like they want, you know. It's more towards like they are unable to have a good moment. You know what I mean? It's kind of like fair, at least in my point of view. Okay, that at least it's fair to say that some people just deserve not to have love. You know what I mean now? That's why it's, yeah. That's the thing. If they can't have love, then why should other people have? You know, those kind of people being selfish along the line, even if they like it or not, they want to cause issue along the line. They're like, I mean, like, so really, the only thing we can do is just basically just ignore them. Because the thing is, right, it's the same. Okay, it's the same thing as when I upload the video called "Don't Be a Nuisance Streamer." It's just that, in a way, in general, some people just want to create nuisance, and at the end of the day, right, they do deserve a pound on the head with a 3-meter packet. But the thing is, they do not know that they are just being a nuisance in a bad faith, in a bad intention. And the moment it became worse, the one thing they deserve to get is send them to jail, though, for goodness sake. I mean, like, sometimes we look things nicely, we talk things nicely, but some people just can't accept it, you know what I mean? Yeah, I know. Even on YouTube, I see quite a lot of those kind of like, for your information, FYI, those kind of video, and they say that, hey, got all the bad stuff on MiHoYo, all this thing, and to me, I'm like, okay, if MiHoYo end up doing those kind of thing, and they end up in a bad faith, then obviously they all deserve a bomb on the head with a 3-meter packet. But at the other same day, right, it still proves that if they don't listen and they wish to continue on that way, what can I say though? Like, you guys saw the tarot card reading I did on MiHoYo already though. Like it's the same, like it's the same thing as when, you guys understand one thing is that it's the same thing as that when people say that, hey, MiHoYo don't listen whatsoever BS, all this thing along the line, but yet they are still considered successful. They still have a lot of people playing their game. They still get a whole lot of people going after their game and all these things along the line. Is it a bad thing or is it a good thing? Well, obviously to them it's a good thing. Whether we all like it or not, it's still, to them it's considered a good thing. We can't say is it a bad thing or whatsoever along the line. Even I myself can't say really like I can't really like go around and say like is it a good thing or bad thing though. It's like most of the time it's like we have to be very, very careful. Some of the thing we can't say that whatsoever along the line. It's regardless, right? It's just that some people they can't accept it and not doing all the best stuff or say all the best stuff and then just trying to make sure that people whether they like it or not, it's kind of like they just end up doing it. It's their way of thinking, that's the thing. So I mean, like, at least, right? At the very least, we should be able to accept that we in our community right here, right now. At least we are able to talk in a good way. At least, like, even when we talk about like shipping, all these things. I mean, like, you also sometimes just shoot me on some of the stuff along the line, and do I go and care about it too much in the way that we talk in bad faith? No. It's just that there are those other people out there and out pairing out in a bad way. Like, thing is, right, like Star I never say like you should pair this or you should pair that. It's like, if you guys want to pair guys with guys or girls with girls, I never stop you guys. To me, it's like, hey, if the guys look good, I say that's good. If the girls look nice, I like it, hey, that's good enough. But I never really say that, hey, this character should pair with that character along the line. It's just that some people just want to have that kind of mindset. And it's really one of the moments that people think that they can do all this shit. And it's really kind of interesting that people thinking that, hey, they can do whatever they want, and it's really crazy. It's just really crazy though. So it's really kind of like it's really kind of crazy that some of the stuff people always thinking that, hey, is it this or is it that along the line, like, is it a good thing? No, obviously, but it's kind of like a moment of like people just thinking that, hey, whatever they can do, whatever they want or however they want, and can we say is it a good thing or bad thing? It's kind of like, yeah, that's the thing. Their mind, okay, the mindset on their head is just basically unable to accept it. It's really a moment, not like saying like is it a good thing or bad thing. It's more like some people just unable to accept it. It's the same thing as like you, like, I think I would say in the most simple way. It's like it's the same thing as why I don't go and argue with people over it. But yet at the same time, it's like some people who argue about it always end up being the bad guy in the most funny way. Especially more so like, I think it's like I think this one Pilsen can also kind of like able to accept in a funny way. Is that when we say that, hey, there are some people who are actually saying that, hey, don't like porn or this thing, but yet they like young little kids. Young little girls, young little boys along the line, and their mindset is in the sensual way. So the thing is, right, it's really kind of like people always say they don't like this, they don't like that, but then when you know that they are those kind of like predator along the line, yeah, that's you don't like them, I also don't like them. It's those kind of people. Like, the thing is, right, when people say that, hey, they don't like people to go after this, going after that along the line, it's crazy. Did I play the Xenozone Zero new event? No, I have not. I'm going to play that. Like, the schedule, I put out the schedule already. That I'll be playing Xenozone Zero for 2 days, tomorrow and Tuesday. So probably I'm going to check out the event if I can finish the story tomorrow. Just in case to Nemu somewhere I stopped. The one that I stopped was basically the one when we visit the Hollow, and for some reason we understand the part where we see the elder brother was kind of in a bad situation. So probably we're going to tomorrow touch on more on Xenozone Zero story. No, I have not finished the story yet. Basically, in terms of like the story, it's 6-part story. I finished up to 3rd part only. 4, 5, 6 have not touched yet. So tomorrow I believe I'll be touching on 4 and 5. And probably 6 if I can finish tomorrow. The fake people, yeah, those kind of fake people, especially like those kind of people who say that, hey, they don't like porn, but then they are actually people who like young little kid, young little boy, young little girl in a sensual way along the line. Those kind of fake people though. Some people ship L with me too. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, the funny thing is, right, I talk about this a lot of time when I say about Genshin character or Star Wars character or even Xenozone Zero character, right? It's kind of like funny that I never say that, hey, you guys should not pair this, you guys should not pair that. It's like, a lot of time when Benny-san taught me about like Staryu character, I never say like it's good or bad. I just say that if you like it in that way, then by all means go ahead, because I'm not stopping you guys from pairing guys with guys or girls with girls. Like, I'm not against LGBTQ if they pair it in a good intention, like not in a way that they are being toxic. But the thing is, right, there is way too many people who are being toxic though. Recently, people saying like the funny thing is, right, I'm due to my health, I wasn't able to touch on Warframe Wave, but when I check out some of the thing from one of my friends, like you gotta understand one thing. There is one event called Alpha. There is one event called Alpha. Although I wasn't able to go to that event, this is just to show. This is just to showcase. Okay. Well, I couldn't go to the event. When I couldn't go to this event, so basically there is a Anime Festival Asia. That's a zoom out for you guys. An Anime Festival Asia, as you guys can see. Like, this one is in Singapore, and today was the last day already. It's over already. I have a few Japanese friends who wanted to visit me in the event, and I have to apologize to them in Japanese. I have to talk to them in Japanese that I couldn't go because that, number one, there is a lot of people, it's too crowded, and number two, I can only go there for 1 hour. I can only go for 1 hour. So basically, if you guys want to know, like, imagine I have to pay in US dollar $30 to enter the place. I have to pay $30 to enter the place. So if you have to understand one thing, in US $30, like, how expensive that is. And you gotta understand one thing is that if I went there and I only can go in for 1 hour, it's one thing. But the thing is, right, I can only go in for 1 freaking hours, and now I have to return home. So in the way I can't visit them. I got a few friends from Japan who wanted to talk to me, especially more so that they learned that I got a show and they want to see me. How is it? I can only send a picture of myself to them and saying that I'm actually looking better along the line. But they all said like they are a bit disappointed they couldn't see me and chat with me along the line, because I chat with them a lot when I was in Japan, but they wanted to visit me, but because they taking the plane now back home already to Japan, so sadly I couldn't visit them. But it's kind of like, due to my health, I can't go out in a way though, especially also these 2 days I've been resting at home. Although I did not say it out, especially yesterday I was actually not feeling well, so it's kind of like best I stay at home and sleep though. Like even today afternoon I was sleeping. Like even today I just rest at home sleeping, unable to do anything though. And yeah, like the Musan said, it's like some arrogant people. But the thing is, right, some people being toxic, like that is the reason why I always, like, you guys don't hear me using the word stupid. It's because, right, those people, I do not go around and say people stupid. It's those special case like the arrogant people or people who just being nuisance, all this thing, or people just going around being toxic. I will only call them idiots or stupid. That's the reason why I always very, very careful with the reason why I hardly use idiot or stupid. Because the thing is, right, some people deserve that end though. There's a oh yeah, the grandma VTuber. Oh yeah, the grandma. Okay, in case you guys are not aware, right, there is actually a VTuber who is actually a legit 80 plus years old. A grandma. It's really legit a grandma. The thing is, right, some people don't believe it. There's a legit, some people don't believe it, and the issue on hand is that because it's a grandma and the way she's doing live stream to young people along the line, then the thing is, right, is she after young people? Like when we consider a PDF, right, like is it in a way like is she into those kind of thing along the line? So it's kind of like those kind of people, right? Like their idea on doing all these things is like legit. You do not understand. Like we can't understand why they are thinking that way though. Like number one, they are toxic. Number two, they are arrogant. Number three, they are stupid. Number four, they are idiots. Number five, they can't think. That's the issue. Like I can't say. Like the thing is, right, when we talk about all these things, as long as we hate it, all these things, right, it's just that. It's just that people always pair with the weirdest logic or think up with the weirdest thing, and they think it's fair on them to go with that logic though. Yeah, I think like there is quite a few tweet streamer who always talk about badly about those kind of porn stuff, all these things. But the thing is, right, people want, like, at some age curious about it, they look into it, and if it, as long as you don't get into trouble, I think it's like in doing all the bad stuff, then I think it's still fine. But thing is, right, imagine if you say like it's bad and then people are curious and not doing it along the line, then you end up being a trouble. So it's really kind of like a moment of like people just end up doing it just for the sake of it. But if there's like no restriction on telling them like, hey, this is wrong, I think I can understand all the people why say, hey, ban porn, all these things. But when you say like it's bad, all these things, and people are curious to think that why bad, and then they end up doing it, isn't that crazy enough? It's kind of like the same thing in gaming, right? Like, you know, like some people always say that Nikkei is a porn game, but yet when Deep Space they say, oh, it's not a porn game, even though they show like even the moment of like character doing something to characters along the line. It's crazy though. Yeah, I'm yeah, that's why to me, right? It's to me, it's fine if they pair it up, but the thing is, right, some people always end up kind of like in the evil way. That's the reason why I always tell you guys, like, when we pair character with character, all this thing, right? Like, I always say that don't take it too deep, or don't take it in a look in a bad way. You know what I mean? It's kind of like sad. Like, it's kind of like sad people always look in a bad intention though. You hate how people obsess with official treatment and forget about if someone comfort and yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. Like, even if the story is canon in a way, right? Like a relationship is in canon, it's kind of like canon in a way. People always look at it in a bad way though. It's the same thing. Like, you know, the funny thing is, right, Genshin, they make it that Esther is the main character, not the sister. Even though we can choose between Lumin or Esther, Genshin always go with a lot of the story with Esther as the main. Now the funny thing is, right, we always look at that a lot of the girls interacting with Esther is like in, like, we can't say like immediately saying in good way, but we can say that there is a few moments of a girl actually giving good impression, or maybe like wanting to be with Esther in a way. Like Silali, it's so obvious that she liked Esther, or even Ayaka also she liked Esther, or even like all the way to like some of the characters outright just saying that they want to be with Esther in a way, like want to be with him along the line. But the thing is, right, a lot of people will say that no, because we are using Lumin, it's not the way to go, even if in the future it might end up in that way of funny way. But people always kind of like saying that no, even if the official put it that way, we don't accept it. Like, dude, their mindset is kind of like crazy in a bad way that is kind of like don't even know what they are trying to prove at this point of time though. So the thing is, right? No, the thing is, right? It's just that some people always kind of like want to do things with bad intention. That's the thing. Yeah, no, like Nemo-san, like it's fine to be hateful of some shipping. Don't get me wrong, but it's just that we don't go around and push or call it official. It's like we call it in a way that, hey, if it's look good in our point of view, it's fine. We can go with it. There's no one forcing it in a bad way. But the thing is, right? People always look it in bad faith. You know what I mean? I'm not saying like all the people, but there is always that group of people who always do or things in a bad faith along the line. Whether we all like it or not, it's kind of like they think that, hey, they can do it this way or they can do it that way along the line. As much as I hate it along the line, it's kind of like people always end up doing things in a bad faith. You know what I mean? You even pair Paimon with Jingyuan because two of them is your favorite character at the moment. Dude, it's not really like a moment of like we going around and saying that, hey, so this ship pair with that ship or that ship pair with this ship along the line. It's actually more towards like, I have to say in this way, it's more towards like we pair characters in a way. It doesn't need to be canon, it doesn't need to be in a bad faith. It's actually more towards like we pair characters in a way that we just have fun, and that's all. And a lot of things is like anime, okay, and maybe some games along the line, it's actually like we never go and say that, hey, this should not pair with that or pair with this along the line. It's never in a way that it should not be. It's actually more towards like, hey, if it's in a good way, then I think that's still fair. But people always end up like looking at things with bad faith along. Yeah, the funny thing is, right, like, I think this one I can talk about it. Let me find the article. Okay, this one I can't go into each article, but I'm just gonna explain in the most simplified term. So basically, in Japan, just to show this part out, at the moment, it seems that in Japan, same-sex marriage is considered banned. Like legit, they do not allow, and they say it's according to Japan rule. And I know a lot of you guys, like including Nemo-san, you hate this news. Please understand. I know you guys might not like it. I understand you guys who love this kind of shipping. But if we look in terms of like logical way, like same sex in a way, it will mean that there will be no moment of like let's say girls with girls, boy with girls, like they don't having children along the line. And if in future a lot of people end up doing it, then it will also mean that Japan will have less population, less population in a way. They will have lesser and lesser Japanese in future if it became a norm. So obviously they want to have people with an idea of like different sex. I know you guys hate it, this kind of thing, and I never say it's a good thing or a bad thing. It's more towards like the way of like they want to ensure that people having marriage and then having children to increase the population of Japan. That is how they look at things, like from that point of view. But obviously we also look at like how Hololive or some of the girls in Japanese or whatever, like we always say that, hey, they look good together along the line, and I don't think it's bad or whatever, don't get me wrong. But we don't really say that, hey, if they don't decide not to have a child or whatever just because of what, and then they end up doing crazy stuff along the line, then obviously I think that's gonna be a problem in future. So in the way, in how I look at it, it's kind of like ban may be considered good in terms of like increasing population, But if we consider like it's bad all of these things, it's like you guys have to understand that it's their law, it's their rule. And I know some of you guys hate it, but I'm not saying like is it a good thing or bad thing. It's more towards like they make it a rule and we can't say anything about it, you know what I mean? And you guys have to understand one thing is that if you guys go and search out yaoi or yuri in Japanese, yaoi or yuri, I think you guys will definitely know all the moment of like Japanese people like to guys with guys, girl with girls moment. The ship are official and start to be aggressive. No, the thing is, right, some people accept it and some people don't accept it though. The funny thing is, right? Okay, I'll be honest now. I did not say fully what I hate Void or Void. I just say that I don't trust him and I don't like him. I only say it that way. That was the so-called simplified reason. But the one thing I can definitely say is that for some reason when I saw he's doing live stream, I seen it a few times already, and I see the interaction of him with some of the guys before all this thing. He did not give me a good impression. I do not have a good impression in the way that I like immediately my institution just tell me that not trust him, do not like him. And a lot of things when I seen a lot of people like starting to use all the past video of all the bad thing he did or some of the weirdest thing he ever did, and it's kind of funny. Those moments was just only like before he did it, I predicted him doing it, and for some reason I feel like not to trust him is the best way to go. And it's really one of the things that I feel like when I see a lot of people, like even like the moment of people when he did say all the bad stuff along the line, I just feel that it's a good thing that I never trust him, and that's how I feel about it. And right now a lot of people are saying all the best thing about him is basically like I really predicted about him in a way, and that was before I read back on tarot card reading. Okay, I never really say all the best stuff at the time, but the one thing is that he did not have a good he really have no good impression though. You've seen people who like abusive ships, so yeah, the thing is, right, some people like to play out in a bad way. I mean, like, okay, this one is also kind of funny. Ike, or however you guys call him, right? Like, when he did that video with with two more person from that company, I initially find it a bit weird, but I think at the time was like maybe he was forced to do it, and it's kind of funny when he graduated and admit that he was forced to do it, and then he apologized to the person, Loki Bird. I find it that hey, at least that explained that he was also bullied and he was kind of forced to do all those things, and it's kind of like proof that hey, really when I have an impression of him, it's like hey, it doesn't seem that bad, but like for some reason he did something bad, and now he apologized for it, which is a good thing. And it's really kind of funny. It's like it just proves that my institution or looking at some people end up not being bad in a way though. Wrong Fanta. Sorry about that then. But then again, right, it's just that I do not really like some people, so... animation. What kind of animation though? I don't like. Don't want to know. Don't want to know. I don't want to know. Now, the funny thing is, right? It's just that there is one more person that I do not like though with that name. Yeah, I'm not. Okay, just because I don't like it doesn't mean that you guys have to stop looking into it. But even so, like Nemo-san, like it doesn't, like you don't need to care about whether it's the ship good or bad. Actually, I think it's like if you talk about like shipping, if it's like if you like it, just go for it though. My throat is not feeling well. Okay, sorry, I have to split out, so I don't want you guys to hear that sound. No, then I don't think you need to worry too much on that end. No, the thing is, right, some people like the thing is, right, some people want to give with a pairing in a way that even if we hate it, people will end up saying that, hey, it might be this way or that might be that way along the line. I mean, like, it's the same thing as in anime and manga, where some of the anime or manga or even like novel, where when they pair up some character with some character along the line and it's canon in a way, and people don't like it. And people, like, for some reason, people end up attacking the creator for the canon story though, or the canon relationship. You know what I mean? We like if you guys understand one thing, is like in Naruto or even like in Dragon Balls, when they pair out like character with character, all these things along the line, right? Like if they don't pair out in good intention, people will end up like, why this, why that, why all this in a way. Even Bleach, when they pair out the character, also a lot of people don't like it, and that's one of the reasons why like Oda, he didn't want to do the pairing. Like, he already got an idea of who he want to pair with Luffy, but the thing is, right, he doesn't want to like give a confirmation in a way. Like, he actually talked about it in a way, like he doesn't want to like give it out right now, because it's like people is gonna be mad at him when he do the pairing. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people always say like, oh, Luffy can be with Nami, or he can be Robin, or even people saying like Zoro with Robin, all these things, or Sanji with whoever along the line. Like, we've got so many different pairing, but the thing is like Luffy pairing with quite a few characters, even like Balco along the line. So the thing is, right, people always like saying like, oh, Luffy will end up with who, all these things, but yet the author only like say like, oh, he got good impression with some of the girls, but never like say who he's going to pair up with in the future along the line. And the thing is, right, if he immediately give the answer, people is gonna be mad. Yes, just go and rest up, Nemo-san. Don't need to worry. Just go and have a proper rest. But yeah, I think it's just that some people always end up like really. I mean, like, that's the reason why when we talk about shipping, all these things, it's more towards like we always make sure that we don't like being too fierce or saying like in a bad way. It's actually more towards like we just talk things in a good intention or in a good way, or maybe we just kind of like say that, hey, maybe this character pair with that character along the line because of this action, that action along the line, and we kind of like have fun with it. I think it's, at least that's good though. The only issue on hand is that some people always end up in a bad way, with bad intention, with bad understanding, or bad intent, or the bad feeling, all these things though. Yeah, DM them some nice doji. Send her some nice one. Let her enjoy the moment of nice stuff. This is one of the moments. This is one of the reasons why I prefer to have this kind of small chat. I wouldn't say free moment. It's called sharing. I mean, like, if you guys can like got the money in future to buy the actual one, please buy. Pay the creator some money to support them. But the thing is, right, at this moment, I think it's more towards like sharing and talking in a good way with good intention, all these things. I think it's still a good thing though. At least we are like telling people that, hey, we like this kind of pairing. Doesn't mean that everyone need to like it, but at least we are like talking in a good way. Even like, well, I never like say like, hey, I hate LGBTQ all this thing. I just don't want to do it myself. It's just that if there is guys who like guys or girls who like girls, I never say it's bad though. It's just that the thing is, right, some of my okay, I have to admit, okay, I got some gays friend as well as lesbian friend. They told me this one they was like, I have a communication with them in the past. They always tell me that it's those people who are crazy that always end up saying like, hey, they always get mad over people saying like bad faith, all these things, and end up doing the same thing as those bad faith people along the line. I mean, like, even they themselves wish not to be grouped with LGBTQ, even though they are gays or lesbian though. And the funny thing is, right, the funny thing I have to admit is that some of them read Japanese hentai, the one with guys, girl with girls type, and they like it a lot, but they never like say that they will do it or whatsoever. It's more towards like there are some people who always talk about it in bad faith, that they always end up having like bad impression of those kind of people again. That's why Venison, in future when you have the means to do it, then you buy it. Don't need to buy it now though. Like, if you can still read online, by all means go ahead. But it's just that in future when you go to that, when you got money to go to Japan for vacation, you go to those second-hand shop to see whether you can find those or not. I think at least that is a way of to support that though. Like a mean to support them again in a way though. Like the thing is, right, I have to admit one thing. When I was in Japan for 6 years, right, I always tell you guys that I always sometimes went to second-hand shop or go to bookstore. The reason is just because I want to find those kind of special dojin that I can find online, and because I couldn't go and find on some shop, I have to go to second-hand shop, and I found it, I buy it. And yes, I do have those books with me, but I don't really go and spread it out. But it's kind of like like a moment of able to support back in a way though. And mind you guys, those money that I have at the time when I was in Japan is because I work part-time, okay? I legit work part-time when I was in Japan, so that I have the money to buy those dojin or even the figurine. So I even bought one takimakura that is not supposed to be used, but I'm not getting it myself. And it's one of the things that a lot of people need to understand. One thing is, right, like, I do not understand why people always get mad over this kind of thing. Like, it's like, even for me, I'm fine with it. I think you guys can do it, but just be careful. Like if you're younger and you want to do it, then obviously I will stop you guys from like maybe until when you're older and then go for it. I think it's still fine. But it's just that when when you guys are younger, I would just say that try not to. I never say that you guys can't do it. Okay, it's more towards like the reason why I say try not to is because I don't want you guys to be too deep into it and then end up wanting to spend real money when you guys can use the money to for further study to get into a better job, and then when you have the job, earn the money and then support back. I think at least that's how I feel though. But I'm not stopping you guys from not wanting it. It's just that sometimes understanding the right moment is still the way to go though. It's just kind of like how I say this. It's just like it's kind of like sad. Like some people always end up looking at it in bad intention. You know what I mean? So even when I was like living in Japan for 6 years, I always end up to going to those second-hand shop or even hentai shop. Not the one that sells sex toys, all these things. It's more towards like I went to those kind of like for anime hentai game or this kind of shop just to take a look, or even like just checking like all the doujin shop. And it's really one of the moments that sometimes just find things like you have to understand one thing is that because they always put everything into one shelf that we don't know that we do not know how is it like, and the only way is like basically taking one and slowly take a look, and it really can take one whole damn day just to find one book though. Like it can really like take one whole day. That's the thing. I'm not sure whether I can find it in Google. Okay, I will just show it like that. They are basically like this. Basically, if you guys go to those kind of shop, they place every single thing crunched out like that, and like basically like this. Of this one. So basically, if you go to the bookstore and you just they place everything like this, you obviously will have to like find the one that you need, and then you have to like look one by one all this time. It's like you're gonna take one whole damn day. So the other time when I go to those bookstores just to take a look, right, it's always can take up to one, like I would say like one full day, maybe like 12 to 5 o'clock. Like legit, it can take me around 5 hours just to find one freaking book though. So this one it's kind of like, I know it's crazy, but it's like legit. It can take a long period of time. So if you're not sure, go to the book. Like if you got a book cover, not saying like you have owned the book. It's kind of like you find the book you need. You go to the bookstore, ask them, "Kore wa arimasu ka?" Or do you have this? They will find it for you. Legit, the bookstore will find it for you because they know where it is. But if not, like me, you have to take your time, slowly find one by one. It's gonna be a long period of time though. And if you're lucky, the bookstore will be able to help you. But if not, it's gonna take a long whole day though. That's the thing. Yeah, some people are just idiots, but listen. Yeah, that's the thing. Some people. Now the thing is, like, some people just want to go with their logic, and even if we hate it, people will always say that, hey, it's like this, it's like this. You know what I mean? Yeah, I feel like some people. I'm not saying like in a bad way. It's more towards like some people always end up thinking in a bad way. You know what I mean? That's the issue. Some people always think of it in a bad way that whether we all like it or not, that's the thing. I'm actually amazed that Nemison and Daddy-san is right now talking a lot on Discord. I was wondering why is my Discord having a lot of notification. So it's the both of you just talking a lot. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, like, a lot of people always have a misconception that lolicon is really very different from PDF in a way, though. Because the thing is, right, lolicon is like, we guys understand one thing is that in the past it was really a bad thing, and I don't think it's wrong to have a bad impression. But the thing is, right, it's the same thing as otaku. Otaku, the word, right, was initially and is really actually meant as an insult. You guys might not be aware, but otaku initially was meant to actually was not an insult. It was meant to like to refer to someone else. O is basically like in a respectful way, and taku mean house, your house. In a way, when we call a person, when we call otaku, is basically it was referring to someone's house. But the thing is, right, it was later used by Japanese people as a way to insult people who is into anime or who is into those kind of things, and it became a moment of like people thinking it in a bad way, and it became an insult. And then the thing is, right, as time passed by, people make use of it. Hey, they don't like being called an otaku because they like anime, they like this, they like that, and then it became a moment of like referring otaku as a way to referring to someone who is into anime, all these things. And the thing is the same thing as lolicon. There are some people who call themselves lolicon, and they are actually thinking of little kids, young boys, young girls in a sensual ways. And I think that's a bad thing. But the thing is, right, a lot of people need to understand one thing. Some of the things, right, was initially not meant that way, but in Japanese it's like they were initially meant this way, and then in somehow, some way, somehow it became meant another way along the line. So the thing is, right, like when we talk about lolicon, in the past when it was first created, it was meant to refer to PDF. But as time passed by, it became a moment of like loli is just young little girls, and con is just basically you having a contribute on it. And the thing is, it became a moment of like referring to guys or girls who are lolicon is actually into wanting to look after young little girls in a way. Or maybe if you are into boys, then you became called sotakon. So the thing is, right, the thing is, words was actually not meant in a bad way, but as time passed by, people always end up it being in a bad way along the line. So if you guys see about sotakon or lolicon, is it like PDF? In the past, it was referred as that, and they got their right to say it that way. But now it's not meant in a bad way, because people who is like lighting young little kids, young little boys, and not in a sensual way, I think at least it's fair to call them that words. But obviously, there are really people who are PDF who using lolicon, sotakon to refer as them, then it's really a problem in a way. And it became a problem of like people always referring this and that along the line, and whether we all like it or not, like if we want, like we like young little girls, young little boy, we want to protect them, we want them to grow up nice, grow up in a pure way, all these things. At least that's how we consider that, and we are contributing to it, at least in a good way. Like just why I teach you guys not to do all the bad stuff. But the thing is, right, some people will still say that, hey, maybe some people will maybe in the future say I'm a groomer or whatever, saying like all these things, even when I don't have that intention, and people will say it in a bad way, in a bad intention, and I can't really say is it a good way or whatsoever. It's just that people always have a bad impression. That's the problem. So whether we all like it or not, you guys have to understand one thing is that as much as we hate it, we are in that world right now though. We are already in that world that we can't really say is it a good thing or is it a bad thing. You know what I mean, right? Even it was a complex before otaku culture. Yeah, a lot of okay. The funny thing is, right? A lot of words nowadays, a lot of people use it in a good faith, with good intention. At least that is still good. But the issue on hand is that a lot of words, right? Like a lot of words was actually come up with bad intention, and people just end up using like from words turn into good faith, and then people just end up deciding to create bad faith. And for Renaissance, yes, I'm actually reading your Discord right now. I'm actually reading the Discord the whole damn lot. The last one that you did was when you put up the cover, and then for some reason we are talking about the shipping issue, and then you guys and both of you just end up talking about all the thing on Discord. The reason why I'm not talking about the shipping anymore, but I'm just saying that people always end up in bad faith or do all these things, is that yes, I'm aware of it. But I'm not saying like, hey, like you can't understand one thing is that I prefer some shit, but I like even if I hate it, I would not say it though. Got slap. What do you mean by that though? I mean, like, if we go that route, like, I can't say too much on any end though. Yeah, the funny thing is, right? Like, the funny thing is, right? She was meant to be like some sort of boss female along the line. Yo, hello there, how's your day? Right now we are talking about shipping in games in general. Not in a good faith or bad faith, it's more towards like we are just talking about it in a way that we do not want people to say in a bad faith along the line. So what's now that's the thing, you do know the contest. I don't even know the contest myself, dude. When it's on. Yeah, I mean, like if they go with that on that path, like, we can't say anything is it good or bad, right? Like I don't. Okay, the thing is, right? If they decided that this is the route they want to go with, can we like say that we don't like it? Just like those kind of online shipper where they hate it along the line. It's like, are we going to go for the same route and say that hey, we hate this as well? Like to us, it's kind of like funny in a way, but it's kind of like a moment of like, should we also say it? That's why it's like the thing is, right? Even in Genshin, when they pair up with some of the character with some character along the line, it's kind of like just follow it and just have fun with it. You need to sleep? Then go and sleep then. Just go and sleep. No one's stopping you. Okay, even I have to sleep in like a few minutes time later myself though. Like it's already like 11:34 p.m. on my end. Why you can't sleep? Even I myself will be sleeping in a while later though. Even around like gonna give around 3 more minutes or little bit of chatting or like all these things. You see your ass? Okay, what happened? Please tell me, not in a bad way. I can't worry about so many things though, but it was scary. Like, is this like is it looking at you in bad faith? I mean, like, I can understand if you're I can understand if it's your ass and all this thing, but it's like looking at you in the bad face, kind of scary in a way. Even I myself be wondering like, do he need a bong on the head with a 3-meter packet now? I find it very concerning though. Yeah, I think I might want to stay away from here. Like, some part of me, when I did the tarot card reading on you, is like, better to have a little bit of talking based on what the card say. But if it's in a bad way, I think you might want to stay away from him though. Especially the card did warn that. Like, the card did warn you on that as well. So, like, the card is saying that you can talk with him to have an understanding, but at the same time you might want to protect yourself in a way. So maybe like having someone to go with you in a good way along the line, better than, it's not a one-on-one talk. I did not say it has to be one-on-one talk. You might want to get someone to go with you just in case though. Yeah, like can talk but not up close. I did the tarot card reading. That was the warning for you though. Especially you guys know how scary how truthful my reading is in a way though. So I think you might want to be very, very careful. Like the card did warn you though. But I think like what people say, like clarify some stuff is better, just to have an understanding. But be careful. Regardless, you still need to be very, very careful though. Yeah, that's why if you can get someone to go with you in a way, I think at least that would be the better option though. Like don't force yourself too much. Yeah, I mean, like, you can choose not to have the communication. At least that's how I look at it. But for like when I did the reading, is that the reading did say that best to have a clarification first, but just be safe. Yeah, I think it's like best you just tell him that you don't want to be with him. If you want to be together back in a way, just say that you already got a boyfriend already. So just say it that way. I think at least clarify that would be a better option though. At least you got someone with you already, so at least you can say that you got a boyfriend who is caring for you in a good way. At least that is like that is the way it should be though. I don't want you to go out nowhere saying like, oh, the ex is trying to do this, your ex is trying to do that along the line. Like, I think it's best you don't need to like say that, hey, you don't want it to be a talk or whatever. It's more towards like you want it to be in a good way where he don't come after you for the sake of like he want to manipulate you or trying to get you back along the line. Like just be safe. We all over here just want you to have a safe part though. I mean, yeah, you can say it's not at all, but like this is the reason why I say like having a proper conversation is better than not saying anything at all. Though. Like I don't want you guys to get into trouble. That's the thing. Because the thing is, right, imagine if he keep coming after you every single time, it won't look good, right? Yeah, but the thing is, right, if he say he want to be, imagine if he say that he want to be with you back along the line, just say you got a boyfriend already. I think that's good enough already, though. Like, it's not like we're going around and tell you that you must do this, you must do that, you know what I mean? We're just trying to say that, hey, if he want to be with you, but you already got a boyfriend, you can't cheat on him, and you want to be loyal to him along the line, not the ex, okay, the current one, then I think at least saying that is much better and much safer though. No, I'm not saying that you must talk to him one-on-one. I say, if first time to worst, get your boyfriend to go with you though. Ask Blake-san to go with you. I think at least that would be the safer option. We all want a safety for you though. We don't want you to get yourself into deep trouble though. Like yeah, I don't think. If not, I think at least like. When your sister is with you or something along the line, or maybe your friend is with you at the same time, like just to verify, like don't need to say must talk this, talk that along the line, don't get me wrong, but at least a proper understanding is better than nothing though. Because if he say he want to be with you, just say you got a boyfriend, at least telling him outright is better than him chasing after you all the time though. Yeah, like what Pearson say, at least test him to end it is also a good way. You're not saying like in a bad way. It's actually more towards like letting him know, because it's like if he can't let go of you, just say that you are not going after him, no matter how he want it along the line. Maybe you can just. I think it's also fair to just tell him outright that hey, maybe there may be other girls who is into him along the line. Because we don't want you to like we don't want you to get into deep trouble though. Like we pray, like we all pray for your safety. Just like how you guys pray for my health. Yeah, the only issue on hand is that we don't want any bad ending on you though. Like I don't want to hear any bad things though. If not, this Ame Papa will be very concerned on so many reasons. I'll be worried, okay. But I think it's like at least understanding, at least clarify is still the way to go. Like you don't need to talk to him in a way. Don't get me wrong. Like test him, tell him all these things. Like that you got a boyfriend, you don't want to go out with, you don't want to return back to him along the line. If he say he want to be back with you along this thing, just say that you do not want to have those kind of situation back though. Because we don't want you to have a bad ending. Okay. Wow. When you say NF, I was thinking, are you saying the motherfucker? NF! Wow, damn! but even so, right? Like even so, it's kind of like the one thing that I don't want you to get into bad situation with that guy is that is he after you in a bad way, because it's like he's giving you a lot more problem than we think though. Just tell the guy straight up. Yeah, that's the issue though. Like the thing is, right, I mean, like, you guys have to understand one thing. I have a cousin who I do not recommend you guys to do it, okay? I have a cousin who once broke up with her boyfriend at the time, her ex-boyfriend at the time, and the ex-boyfriend wanted to return to her, want her to like accept their like reunion in a way, all these things, but my cousin did not want it. Like, she couldn't accept it, all these things. And what happened was that the ex-boyfriend took his own life by jumping off a building. And the last message is that since he couldn't end up with her, he is going to make her remember how he passed away. And it traumatized my cousin so damn badly that she couldn't think about love for a few years. Like, legit a few years. And the good thing is that she managed to get into love again. She managed to have her current husband, a new boyfriend at the time, but her current husband was able to make her love back, able to accept a moment of returning to love again. And the thing is that it took quite a few years to go back on the love again. And the thing is, right, the ex-boyfriend, the story is still even kind of like something that I couldn't accept it myself as well, because it hurt my cousin so damn badly. But the thing is, right, I don't want anyone to end up doing that kind of things, nor do I want you guys to have that situation as well. So it is bad, it can be traumatic, and it affected my cousin in a bad way, but at least she was able to find a new love and have a proper love again. But for her to go through that at the time was really, even I myself at the time was trying to help counsel her a little bit, was taking a hell lot of me in a way too. And when I say my cousin, it's not my younger cousin, it's actually my elder cousin. She's technically older than me 1 year. Yeah, she's older than me than 1 year. So right now she's at least happily in Australia, but it's still kind of like traumatic for her to have that kind of thing happen though. So regardless, right, it's just that we do not want your ex to have a bad, trying to traumatic you or trying to give you a bad moment. But I also feel like at least clarify with him, and even if he's know about it, just say that you have no intention of getting back with him though. Yeah, I know you brought him at the time, don't get me wrong, but I think it's actually best you text him, have an understanding, let him have an understand that you do not want to get back with him though. And he kind of like caused you a lot of like having a bad moment, bad memory. I think at least you should clarify that. Like, don't need to say that you must be with you all these things. If he want to look after, like if he coming after you in a bad mindset, right, it's gonna be a bad thing though. Like we don't want you to get yourself into trouble. Nor do we want you to have a bad ending in a way though. So the best way is just basically just don't come across him, but at the same time it's best that he understands you do not want to meet him at all though. Like, even if he's stubborn, all this thing, right, you still have to highlight that though. Because the last thing we want is like he coming after you though. Yeah, but even so, I just want you to be at least have a nice, safe moment. I don't want you guys to have a bad ending of this thing, okay? Like just like how when I do my random chat, when I talk about all these things, it's kind of like just clarify and highlight all the stuff and then just move on with life along the line though. Well, it's not that I kind of like want this to be a moment of like we just throw all the bad stuff. It's at least we want people to have a good ending though. Like it's kind of like a form of distress, which is a good thing. But I don't want you guys. I don't want you to get too stressed to the point that you get traumatized though. It might end up bad though. So regardless, it's just stay safe. At least that's what we feel is the best way to go. Neji-san? Yeah, Neji-san has been very busy from what I know. I haven't talked to Kira-chan though. She did try her best to talk on Discord, not on like the Discord server, but it's basically on individual. But it seems like she is really busy with her school life though. Can't really stop that. Hey, at least like it's kind of like funny that Naji-san she wasn't into cosplay and I was the one who encouraged her along the line, and now it became part of her moment where she must do it on almost like every week. Like I think it's kind of funny. Like Naji-san, she it's kind of funny. It's like last time when she doing cosplay, it's like a fun moment, not like a moment like she wanted to do it because her parents don't allow it. And I was the one who encouraged her to do it. And now she's enjoying it so much to the point that every time when I see on her Facebook, she do post it on Facebook herself. It's like it's kind of like funny that she like it so much that it seems like she enjoying it a lot though. But even so, as long as you're enjoying it, I think that's the good thing. Like cosplay, like the thing is like it's the same thing as when you say about cosplay, like oh the skin color, all this thing, whatever doesn't look good, whatever. But as long as you enjoy it, even Nanji-san, when she do her first few cosplay, we also make fun of it, but we still say that hey, it look good, it do good, that's the way to go. And now she's getting better and better to the point that I'm actually surprised at how well her cosplay nowadays is though. It just means that she improved over the years, you know what I mean? Nani. Brother birthday. Then go and enjoy. Just go and enjoy. I'm actually sad I couldn't go to Anime Festival Asia for the past for Friday, Saturday, Sunday because of my health. I'm not sure whether you guys saw this video yet. But I'm not sure you guys saw. I'm not sure whether you guys saw the video that I put out was my health is better now. But I did highlight that one bad thing in the video. So if you guys haven't watched it, go and watch it. It's kind of like just a moment of me explaining about my health at the moment. But I'm just gonna keep it short. It's just basically that I still need to be extremely careful because of one bad thing on my head. It is not confirmed bad thing yet from the explanation of the doctor at the time, but it's still something that I have to be very cautious about. And even as I want to do 7-hour, 8-hour stream, I am not allowed to do so. Like 5-6 hours is still kind of like one day do it, maybe still alright, but I can really like I really like I have to tell you guys is that in a sad way is that I may not be able to do so as much as I want to, but at the same time it's really something I don't want you guys to take it in a bad way. It's just that I have to be extremely careful with my health in a way though. Dopo quiz, ganbatte. Ganbatte. You Yeah, I mean like I can only say ganbatte only. What do you want me to do? Just say that I can only say good luck, Benny-san, on your test tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow you remember all the material and that you are able to pass. That's all I can say. yeah, but don't forget, I'm a cat spirit in a way. So, well, I won't be there in a way. I'll just pray for your safety. Like the only thing I can say is that I will pray for your safety to the point that I just hope that you can have no bad question or trick question and then you're able to get most of them correct. At least that's the only way I can say. I don't want you to have a bad situation where you have to go through a lot of bad stuff along the line, but at the same time I also kind of worry about your pop crystal. Yeah, go and have a good night rest. I don't want you to have a bad moment. Like even if it's just like maybe 1-2 hours sleep is still important though. I was thinking that every time when I take a sleep, right, for some reason I kind of like find it very funny is that when I take a sleep, somehow my smartwatch always say that hey, you can have like 3 hours deep sleep. Like I kind of like shocked every time when I look at my deep sleep moment. It's like the REM whatever they say deep sleep all these things, and then for some reason they always crop me at 3 hour deep sleep along the line, which I kind of find funny though. Research. Well, I'm not sure what kind of quiz that you're going to have, but I pray that you're able to get it most of them correct and able to have. But you like university life is like that though, Benny-san. University life is always like more. I mean like Nemu-san and even Neji-san also been through that life. Like that's why like you have to understand. Even Neji-san always complain and vents about her stress on my Discord server, and I never stop her. It's like it's kind of like a moment of like distressing, and I just accepting you guys distress moment. Like at least we are talking in a good way so that you can have a better day though. We aren't going around and start going have a moment having a bad day along the line, right? Even I myself also distressed at time during chat, okay? Hey, you should be I think that is you should be happy that today I'm not doing gaming stream, I'm doing chatting stream. At least we are talking in a way and talking about all the distress, all these things. Isn't that a good thing? Just do whatever you can. just do whatever you can. Make sure to go and have a proper rest later on. What is it? 81 in. Maybe you do one more pool tomorrow or something, and then hopefully you'll be able to get it. I pray that your 82 is the one that you get it. I think 82 you should be able to get it though. I shall pray for you. Anita, baby, I shall pray for you. Come. Good luck. Dude, this coming Wednesday, I'm gonna play Genshin and I'm gonna do like a lot of pool though. because I want to get Dulin. Like his part of me was like, oh, I'm gonna make sure that I'm getting Dulin. I don't care. Wait, I'm not even sure whether I'll be able to get it though. Like even if you say good for me, but the thing is, right, will I get it or not is a whole different story. Especially you do know that every time when I try to pull for a new character, it's always so hard though. Early Wednesday, then we'll know. Wednesday, then we'll know. If not, right now, even if I say it, it's hard to say. Anyway. Anyway. Right now is exactly 12 midnight on my end. It's exactly 12 midnight already. I know it's not even 2 hours live stream, but I think it's also a good time for me to go and rest out. I haven't showered yet, so and some of you guys do need to go and rest out as well, especially right now. I believe in some of your guys' country it's around 11 or 10 p.m. already, so I think it's a good time for most of you guys to go and have a proper rest. So or maybe in some of you guys who is having morning or afternoon already, I hope you guys have a nice day. So with that being said, yeah, actually my brain is very cold, like getting tired already. Yeah, I think it's also a good, it's really a good time for me to end for the day. So that being said, thanks for watching, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm gaming, so you guys can chat with me more. I will put up the schedule on the YouTube a bit more tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. So with that being said, thanks for watching, guys. I will see you guys again at the next video or live stream. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a nice day or night. Bye bye.